culture, eat similar food, speak similar languages, because we have the roots of our languages in the Sanskrit tradition. So these are all good things that we are so proud of. And there is such a tremendous goodwill in our countries. In Bangladesh about Nepal and Nepali people, and in Nepal about Bangladesh and Bangladeshi people. Tremendous respect, goodwill, generosity, support and cooperation whenever we need. But there is one argument, one opinion rather, I hear from our Bangladeshi friends and similarly also from our Nepali friends, that the cooperation on economic front is rather on a slower side, which might be true, but I have slightly a different opinion. If you look at our trade volume, which is modest, of course, at the modest level, given the proximity, given the historic closeness, and the intensity of our relationship that we talk about, it's at the modest level. But it's increasing, and not to mention of the energy cooperation, which has just been a big milestone. We have started the first ever trilateral power transaction from Nepal to Bangladesh through the Indian grid that started with 40 megawatt of hydroelectricity. You might be all aware of the fact that we signed the deal, historic deal, which is a tripartite deal between Nepal, Bangladesh and India, and that was signed on 3rd of October 2024, last year. And the trial run of the power flow between our two countries started on 15th of November. That was just for a few hours. And from this June 15th, last month, it has started and it will continue. Even today, I believe we have got that 40 megawatt electrons amounting to 40 megawatt flowing from Nepal to Bangladesh through the transmission lines of India. So this has added some bit of impetus to our economic cooperation. There's the third sector. Of course, it has to do with education and the presence of Nepali students and some Bangladeshi students in Nepal, and more Nepali students, which is about, the number of students is about 3,000. And remember, most of them are in the medical science, some in agriculture, some in engineering, some in liberal arts, and one medical student, you can understand how much he or she has to contribute to the economy of Bangladesh. So 3,000 students coming to Bangladesh, they not just earn degrees, go back to Nepal as Bangladesh's ambassadors, which I always believe they are the great assets for both of our countries, but also contribute tremendously in economic terms. And there is the last component, of course, that is tourism. The flow of people from both Nepal and Bangladesh is increasing, and more so from Bangladesh to Nepal. Last year it was close to 50,000, and this year the trends are in the positive direction, positive trajectory, and I'm sure this will continue to grow. I don't want to go into bilateral relations. The purpose of today's talk, once again I repeat, is just to thank you, not to